Welcome. My name is Isabel, and I like sharing tips on health, wellness, and nutrition. If this sounds interesting to you, then please keep watching. There are many cultures around the world that consume milk. The most common are cow's milk, sheep, and goat's milk. But did you know that in Tibet, they consume the milk from the yak? And in India and Pakistan, they consume milk from the water buffalo. In the Middle East, it's very common for people to consume camel's milk. And in certain parts of Central Asia, because it's too cold for cows to survive, they actually drink milk from horses and donkeys. These varied milks are often consumed as a standalone beverage, or they're added to foods, or they're added to coffees and teas. These milks are very nutritious, and that's why they make up a very important component of many different diets. But there are also people who are proponents of plant-based eating, and their argument is that cow's milk is for baby cows, meaning humans shouldn't be drinking the milk that come from other animals. So it's not to say that all of these milks I mentioned previously are not good for you, but if you are trying to pursue a more plant-based diet and trying to steer away from animal-based foods, then it's interesting to consider the variety of different plant-based or non-dairy milks that are out there. There are a variety of reasons why some people avoid dairy and pursue the non-dairy or plant-based milks. Some reasons are people might be allergic to milk or have a lactose intolerance, meaning that you don't have the enzyme required to break down the lactose. So if you do consume dairy, then you can end up having a lot of gas, bloating, and loose stools. And then another very important reason, which is a very hot topic over the last several years, are people who have ethical reasons for avoiding dairy. So they might be against the factory farming, the ill treatment of animals, and so forth. So there's a big wave of different plant-based non-dairy milks that are hitting the market for this very reason. And a lot of people also are firm believers, and there's a lot of evidence out there to point to this, and that's that factory farming is a big contributor to global warming. So regardless of the reason why you might want to avoid dairy and try the plant-based non-dairy milks, there are such a great variety out there right now to choose from. And I thought today would be a good time to go over some of the more popular forms of plant-based milk. I think an easy way to review a list of the most common types of plant-based milks would be to just go over the list alphabetically. So the first milk is almond milk, and this is made from almonds and water. And just to give you an idea of what the nutritional content is, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk has about 30 to 35 calories and about 2-3 grams of fat and 1 gram of protein and 1 to 2 grams of carbohydrates. Now, it's best to try to choose an almond milk that has somewhere between 7 to 15% almonds, because a lot of them do contain mostly water. So it's important to pick a brand that has a greater percentage of almonds in the almond milk. The next milk is cashew milk. And this is made out of either cashews or cashew butter with water. And the nutritional content, again, 1 cup unsweetened, is about 130 calories, 10 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, and 7 grams of carbohydrate. The next milk is coconut milk. And this is made out of the white fleshy part of the brown coconut. And 1 cup of unsweetened coconut milk contains about 45 calories, 4 grams of fat, no protein, and 1 gram of carbohydrates. Another milk that's very popular is hemp milk. And this is made from hemp seeds and water. And this milk, again unsweetened, contains about 60 calories for a cup, 5 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein, and 1 gram of carbohydrate. Next, we have macadamia milk, and this is made out of macadamia nuts and water. And 1 cup is about 50 calories, 5 grams of fat, 1 gram of protein, and 1 of carbohydrates. And the next one is oat milk. This is very, very popular now. And it's made out of oats and water. And 1 cup is about 45 calories, 1 gram of fat, 1 gram of protein, and 8 grams of carbohydrate. The next is rice milk. And this is made out of either white or brown rice. And 1 cup of this milk contains about 130 calories. It has about 2 to 3 grams of fat, 1 gram of protein, and 27 to 38, depending on the brand, grams of carbohydrate. And lastly, we have soy milk, also very popular, which is made from soybeans or soy protein isolate and water. And 1 cup contains about 80 to 90 calories, 4 grams of fat, 7 to 9 grams of protein, and 4 grams of carbs. So that's just a short list of some of the plant-based or non-dairy milks that are out there. But I wanted to take a moment and compare those to a cup of regular cow's milk. So 1 cup of whole milk has 146 calories, 8 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein, and 13 grams of carbohydrates. So it's interesting to note that these plant-based or non-dairy milks are very nutritious. It is important to see that they do have a little bit less protein than cow's milk. And also they don't contain calcium, or at least not in very large quantities. So a lot of times calcium is added to fortify these milks. And another interesting fact about the plant-based milks is that they don't have cholesterol because they don't come from an animal. So any type of plant-based or non-dairy milk is going to be a good choice if you're trying to lower your cholesterol consumption in your diet. As I mentioned earlier in reviewing the nutritional content of these plant-based or non-dairy milks, it's important to keep in mind that those numbers are going to vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. And the reason for that is that many times they add thickeners or oils or sweeteners to make these milks creamier, sweeter, and tastier. So I think it's best to get milks that are closest to their natural state, meaning oats and water or almonds and water, and not buying milks that are loaded with sugars and sweeteners. Another thing that varies with these milks is the consistency. Some of them are very thick and creamy, and they work well when drinking them as a standalone beverage or adding them to coffees or teas as a creamer. The ones that are lighter in consistency are best used when you're having them with cereal. But all of them are very good to be used in a variety of different recipes. So I thought it would be useful to rank these milks by their texture. So the thickest and creamiest milk would be cashew milk, coconut milk, macadamia milk, and oat milks. Mildly thick would be hemp milk and soy milk. And the lightest texture milks would be almond and rice milk. So as you can see, there's quite a variety of milks to choose from. This is just a short list of what's available. It seems that every other day, a new type of plant-based or non-dairy milk is hitting the market. So my best suggestion is just to go out there and experiment and try something new, and consider incorporating these very nutritious milks to your balanced diet. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised how good they taste and how versatile they are. So go out there and try something new and enjoy. I hope you got something useful out of today's video. Please give it a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.